Welcome to my 1 Minute to Wow video tutorial. This is Mary Fish with Stampin' Pretty. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you can visit me on my blog for daily tips and paper crafting ideas, as well as to shop for the Stampin' Up! Products that I'm going to be sharing with you today. I'm often asked how to tie a pretty bow, and the Stampin' Up! Is introducing on June 1st of 2017 5 in colors in the finely woven ribbon. It's a 1/2 inch wide, very easy to work with, so I thought it would be a great example to share with you today. The color I'm using is one of the new in colors. It's called Tranquil Tide. It's kind of a rich green with a good undertone of blue. It'd be beautiful for the holidays, but it also works beautifully for this very sort of spring summer card that I'm sharing with you. I pre-stamped this wonderful sentiment from Just Add Text. I'm a big believer in having great sentiments. It's a good portion of what you can introduce on a card to give it that wow factor, as well as this daisy background from our new Daisy Delight Designer Series paper. So let's talk about how to tie a bow with this yummy ribbon. You'll see that this is my card base, and that's the thick Whisper White. Highly recommended for a card base. But I've used some coordinating Tranquil Tide cardstock, mounted the daisy pattern, and also mounted this kind of layered look of, I used the stitched framelits as well as the layering squares to create this look. And then I mounted this on Stampin' Dimensionals on the top and on the bottom, and I've slipped my finely woven ribbon through so that it's already in place. And I'm going to use a good amount. It's going to make it a lot easier for me to share with you how to tie a bow, as well as I think it makes it easier when you're learning to tie a bow. I think one of the most important things, you'll watch me doing this, is that 9 times out of 10, I either have to redo it or futz a little bit with the knot. So if you think I've got a magical way to do all of this, I really don't. So I'm just holding this down and I'm just locking this in, wrapping this around the top, trying to keep this flat, okay? The less stuff moves, the better. And then I'm gonna bring it around and tie it. So again, as I said, I'm gonna probably futz with this a little bit. I'm gonna probably bring a little each side in a bit, retighten it until I get that knot exactly how I want it. So it can take some futzing. And then sometimes you'll notice that things got a little bit loose on the back side. So you can always cheat a little bit with some adhesive on the back and either cutting it and pulling it closer. It's entirely up to you. This one worked out pretty well. So I'm gonna just, again, futz with it a little bit. And I'm going to trim it a little bit shorter because I want it not to cover up any part of my sentiment. These are some retired scissors that I use exclusively, see how I'm futzing? Exclusively for ribbon cutting. And then I'll be adhering onto this card base, and I have this really pretty card. So thank you for joining me for my 1 Minute to Wow video tutorial. Again, stop by my blog, stampinpretty.com. If you have any questions on this card, please feel free to leave me a comment on YouTube. I'm there to answer your questions, and I love your comments. So thank you. Bye-bye.